So if you're trying to build a career in IT right now, you've probably felt it. There's this massive shift happening, kind of like the ground is moving right under our feet. The old rules, they're being totally rewritten. And the catalyst for all of this is, you guessed it, artificial intelligence. Today, we're going to break down this great redesign, what it actually means for your future, and most importantly, how you can get ready for it.
You know, this is the question on every student's mind, right? For decades, a computer science degree felt like a golden ticket. You'd graduate, get scooped up in one of those massive campus hiring drives, and boom, your career was basically set. But now, with hiring freezes and delayed start dates all over the news, there's this real anxiety in the air. So, seriously, is the party over?
Well, the numbers, they tell a pretty stark story. According to staffing firm Xfeno, hiring for entry-level IT jobs has dropped by a staggering 80% from its peak just a couple of years ago. I mean, think about that, 80%. This isn't just a normal slowdown. It's pointing to something much, much deeper, a fundamental change in the industry's DNA.
So yeah, that big number tells us something really important. The model that built the giant IT companies we know today, the one that ran on a simple formula of win more deals, hire more people, it's officially broken. For the first time in like decades, the link between a company's revenue and how many people it hires is getting weaker. So to understand where we're all going, we first have to understand the playbook that's being tossed out the window.
All right, so let's quickly take a look at the world that was. For a long, long time, the IT services industry operated on a very specific and honestly, a very successful model. It was called the pyramid model. And it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. A huge, massive base of fresh graduates handling all the routine coding, the testing, the support tasks. Then you had layers of managers above them, and way at the top, a few senior architects. This entire machine was fueled by a constant river of new talent flowing in from college campuses. The whole model was built on human scale. But that's changing fast.
And the force that's blowing up that whole model is, of course, artificial intelligence. But here's the absolute key. AI isn't just a job killer, it's a job redesigner. It's changing the very nature of the work that needs to be done and the skills you need to do it. This quote from UST's COO, Gilroy Matthew, just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures the new reality. Companies are way less interested in whether you can write a perfect piece of code in a vacuum. Instead, they want to know, can you understand a business problem? Can you break it down into steps that an AI can actually work on? And then, can you look at what the AI produced and figure out if it's any good? The value isn't in pure execution anymore. It's in strategic thinking.
And here's the absolute game changer. AI tools are becoming these incredible force multipliers. A new graduate who really knows how to use AI assistants can now be just as productive as an engineer with 3 or 4 years of experience. I mean, this completely turns the logic of the old pyramid upside down, because that whole structure was built on that experience gap.
This visual illustrates the transformation perfectly. We're moving away from that pyramid, which was all about having tons of people for scale, to what some industry leaders are calling the diamond model. And this builds a completely different kind of company.
Exactly. The new game is all about capability over capacity. It's not about how many people you have on your payroll. It's about what your people, supercharged with AI, can actually achieve.
So what does this diamond model even look like? Well, at the bottom, instead of a massive base, you've got a smaller, more elite group of engineers who are fluent in AI. The wide middle part of the diamond, that's now filled with architects, domain experts, and project orchestrators, the people who design the AI-first solutions. And what happened to the pyramid's huge base? Well, that work, the routine, repetitive stuff, is being handled more and more by AI agents and automation.
And it's really important to clarify this point, because it can sound a little scary. The goal isn't just to cut jobs. It's about elevating the work that humans do. Let the AI handle the boring, repetitive tasks, which frees up people to focus on the more strategic, creative, and complex problems. This shift actually lets companies tackle bigger challenges with a more skilled and honestly more engaged workforce.
Okay, so if companies are hiring fewer new grads, how in the world are they building this new AI-ready team? Well, the answer is a massive pivot, away from external recruiting and towards internal reskilling.
And research from the International Journal of Creative Research Thoughts shows this shift in priorities crystal clear. When hiring, a stunning 58% of HR professionals now say verifiable skills and certifications are their top priority. The traditional university degree? It's the top priority for only 14%. Think about that. What you can actually do now officially matters more than where you went to school.
And the industry giants are putting serious money where their mouth is. Just look at these numbers. TCS has already trained over 217,000 employees in advanced AI. HCL Tech, over 38,000 trained in generative AI. They figured out it's way more effective to build AI talent from the people they already have than to try and buy it in a super competitive market.
Okay, so the whole landscape has changed. We get it. The question is, what do you do about it? Let's build your practical, hands-on career kit for this new diamond-shaped world.
First, you have to develop AI fluency. This doesn't mean you need to build the next ChatGPT, but you have to become an expert user. Second, master problem framing, just like we talked about. Third, you've got to cultivate adaptability. Companies are now looking for your ability to learn and change, not just for what you already know. And finally, understand AI governance. As AI gets more powerful, knowing how to use it responsibly and ethically isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a critical, high-demand skill.
And look, while some of those old roles are shrinking, this great redesign is also creating this incredible wave of brand new opportunities, jobs that literally did not exist 5 years ago.
I mean, just look at some of these roles. We're seeing chief AI officers pop up at the executive level. And as companies wrestle with the huge implications of this tech, they need specialists like AI ethics overseers and algorithm auditors to make sure things are fair and compliant. And then there are these new sector-specific jobs like AI personalization strategists in retail or predictive maintenance engineers in manufacturing. The opportunities are absolutely expanding.
So, as we wrap this up, the real key takeaway is to stop thinking of this as some kind of competition. The future isn't about you trying to be better or faster than a machine. The most valuable professionals of the next decade are going to be the ones who master the art of collaborating with machines.
This quote from a Morgan Stanley report just says it all. You know, history shows us that technology rarely destroys work completely. Instead, it reconfigures it. It automates some tasks, and by doing that, it creates space for new, higher-value jobs to show up. And that's exactly what's happening right now, just on a much faster timeline.
So I'll leave you with this thought. We need to shift the whole conversation. Instead of worrying and asking, will AI take my job? A much more powerful question is, how can I use AI to redefine my job, to create more value, and to invent the career of the future? The tools are in your hands. The redesign has already begun.